Hey, today we're going to do some Halloween, and it's inspired by a video done by Bargain Bethany. She did this like little shop of horrors. I'll put the YouTube connection in the thing in the comments below. So this is going to be the little shop of horrors plant, it's sort of plant-esque like. So the footballs are from Dollar Tree, and I got ones that had mostly green on them because they just seemed to blend a little better. And I had to use 2 coats of different kinds of green paint. You can go to Bethany's channel and she gives you ideas as well. I'm doing a little bit, let's say different, but my take on some of the things, although she explains it very well as well. So the reason why we're doing this is because if you remember, and I will post in the show more or someplace, I'll post up in the corner where you can see last year's decoration was a haunted house. And that is one where the kids put their hands through a door or a window and they can get a treat that way. So that's sort of what they do. And so this year I'll be going over and decorating the whole office area. But some of the things that I wanted to do was make a focal point. And this one just really sparked my interest and I wanted to try it. And it worked out so good. I'm really, really impressed with myself. If I can be. Might as well. No one else is. So first you're going to paint the footballs and do whatever strikes your fancy. I think you could probably do whatever you want in terms of painting the little pods, as it were. These really lend themselves well to the decoration because of the ridges, and it just really comes off really nicely. It was a great idea. And hopefully you go to Bethany's channel and let her know I sent you because I think it's so great. And you see there in the left corner, there's some remnants. It's teeth. This is the second one I'm making. Onward. So now I'm prepping a tongue and I'm using some fun foam. Made it a certain length and then put a little V in it. Now this is the one that you really have to be careful with and cutting the football. You want to take a triangular pie-shaped piece out of it. It cuts pretty easy, but it's not something kids should be doing. Then you paint the inside, and I used a really dark crimson red color, and then you stick the tongue in the back and glue it down. And as you can see, the teeth have been glued in and painted. Now this is my take. I'm making flowered eyes, and I found the flowers on my checkout in Michael's and they were on sale, and I had some wooden ball shaped craft items. They don't have a hole in them, so I think I was using them for gnome noses. Okay, and I painted those white. The flowers I had to paint green, so I just kind of did whatever. I just threw all different kinds of green paint and they came out great. So there's different colors, but that's okay. I think it looks good. Painted the black dot on the white. Oh, that's what the flowers are from. And then I'm going to show you the balls. So I made them white, and they're called woodpeckers. You get it. And then after I painted them white, I did the black and glued them in, and this is what you make the teeth from. So it just cut little triangles out of it. I tried to have the green base there So I would thin them out. And then this is what I used for the neck portion. And then I used Spanish moss to cover the styrofoam that's in the pot itself. And then I used some pieces of the dowel to attach to the football to make it its stem. Yeah, a lot all at once, but I wanted to keep it, be you. Do whatever works in your realm. This works for me. So I'm going to do the stems here. Now, I used to be a florist, so this comes pretty easy. And obviously, on video, my right hand is actually my left hand, I should say. So we start off with the tape at an angle, and you just kind of roll the dowel through and sort of pull the tape because it will stick to itself. Now, as you're twirling the dowel and moving the other hand with the tape down, and you can see I have the tape just loose. Some people, that's easier for them. I think there's another video where I have it in my hand because that's how I learned how to do it. And once you pull it, it stretches a little bit. It takes a couple of tries to figure it out, but once you get the figuring done, it's really quite easy. Now, I took I think I just used 3 leaves, and these leaves I think were from Michael's too, and they were on sale, which was good. And I'm attaching them to the base, to the stem part, excuse me. But then I realized, I need some to be able to go into the football itself, to the head of the plant. Now, hopefully, the couple of times I show you, you should be able to see. We just wrap it one over the other till the tape gets secured, just like that. And then eventually I twist it and then angle the tape so that it comes down and sticks to itself. It's like magic, it really is. And then I attach the 3 leaves to it. On the first one I did, I attached it with super glue, and I was feeling like, I want it to last. So I figured if I just estimate how much of the dowel's going into the football, the plant head, then I would be able to have this come up. And it sort of works. It works out. I think I judged it pretty well. And when I attach it, I pre-poke a hole where I want it to go, put that in, and I had hot glue. Actually, no, I used fabric glue. So the dowel went through some glue before it gets into the hole. And then I put hot glue around the outside of it. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I think you should just, you do you, because the things and materials that you might be able to get are way different than what I got. I got the skewers from Dollar Tree. Actually, I went looking for dowels. Some people are able to find dowels in Dollar Tree. I couldn't find them, but I found the skewers, and I thought, well, let me see, because they're much longer than the normal skewers, and I was able to do different heights, and it worked out. It worked out well. People that do these kind of things, they can figure these things out for themselves. But I thought it would be kind of fun to see how I did it. I thought it was so much fun. And I pre-made a lot of stuff so that, see, I got to poke a hole in there. And I didn't realize that the video went opposite. I don't have it on. I didn't turn it around. I can turn it around before I upload it or put it into my movie maker thing. And now that I know that, I'll think twice about it, or I'll change the way my video. I'll try. This is done on my camera, not on my phone. Your phone, you can switch it. Anyway, all that information for filler. So then I push it in as far as I can feel, and it really does have some tension in it, so it's good. And then I'm going to add some hot glue around the leaves just to give it a little bit more sturdiness, if that's, yeah, make it more last. And I angle my little plant head like it's looking up at you, because it's in a clay pot, which is a lot smaller than the one that Bethany does. And then it's gonna go into my pot, which is right there. And I bought the pot and the styrofoam at Michael's because I couldn't find what I needed in Dollar Tree, because I was trying to get the cheapest I could, of course. But what happened was the styrofoam was perfect. There was a round, looks like a layer cake, and then this half round, like half a football or half a ball, and it went right on top. And so I put some hot glue on the styrofoam, stuck that in. It's really pretty secure. But if you wanted to weight it, I would put a couple of rocks underneath the styrofoam so that it weights the flower pot. Depends on whether or not you need to have, it doesn't, if it feels whatever, secure. So now I'm doing the plant. Now here's the flower eyes. Now the flower can come off, so you sort of have to get the green tape around the plastic part of the flower. It takes a little bit, but actually, if you do it a couple of times on something you practice on, you can get it. It takes a bit of finger dexterity, but I mean, florists all over the place use it, so. Coffee break. Excuse me. All right. So again, I have to make a hole in the excuse me, in the football. And I don't go too far because I don't want to, I don't want to cause any problems. And then I'm using fabric tack, and I go sort of on the outside. I tried to put it into the hole and have it go in, and that just didn't seem to work. I don't know. That wasn't working. And I slide the wire in, and you have to be careful that the floral tape doesn't bunch up on you, but if you make the hole, it should work. Now this one I don't know if you can see, but the little wires were giving me a hard time. And I think I won. We had a little bit of a problem, but I think I won. Now the eyes, I think I might put a little reflection on the eyes, a little white in the black area, because just to kind of liven them up a little bit. I've been thinking about that, because it's sitting in my kitchen and I look at it every day. It's waiting to go. It's not going to be going over into the office until the end of September. So they have a giant office, and there's a community trick-or-treat that goes on. And the office area is pretty big. It's like, it has a coffee machine. It's a work area for that department. So this one is the one that popped off, and I'm trying to get it back on. Now that's where you have to be really careful and capture the plastic part and then bring the tape down onto the wires so that it stays together. I think I pushed that one right up to the football and hot glued it in, because I had the fear that once it pops off, it really seems they're cheap flowers. It really seems to become something that somebody can just hit it and it'll pop off. And what we don't need is a plant that lost its eyeball. I mean, that really is a problem. So although I don't have the back showing, I'm taking the tape, wrapping it around the plastic part, and then I angle the tape and pull it slightly as I go down the wire. It's a matter of twisting with one finger, one hand, and pulling the tape with the other. It's just something that you have to feel it through to do it. It's practice. All right, here we go. Ready? And I'm thinking through where I want the eyes, so I kind of visually. All right, this is where I try to stick it in and put some glue on the inside. Nope, that's not it either. And the second one. There we go. I do hope that if you have questions, you'll leave them in the comments below, and I will try to get to them. Unless, of course, this is like years later. I get notifications. Yeah, see, the wire came off. See how easy that was? I get notifications when people comment, but you never know how long this video will be up, and if someone asks a question years from now and I'm not on YouTube anymore, who knows, right? Hopefully I'm still kicking at that point. But there are times that I'll see a notification on something and I'm like, how come I didn't get that before? I don't know why that happens. All right, so I'm reattaching the flower, and then I think I'm going to put some hot glue in there to just make sure it stays there. It's sort of, yeah, once those flowers come off, they're off. And you gotta do something to get them to hang in there. All right. It's one of those, I think it was a Dollar Tree glue gun. I need a new one. I used to have a big one a long time ago, like a Dremel glue gun. They have fancy ones now. That was years ago. I've been crafting for quite some time. All right, so that looks good. But see how a nice little highlight would really lift that up a little bit? I think I'm going to do that. Okay. All right, switching my view. And what are we doing now? Oh, I think I'm going to give you another view of wrapping. Hopefully this helps a little bit. So angle on both sides. One is a point, one is an angle where I cut it. And so that's where we pull the tape over itself and then angle down. And I just hold it in my hand. And so the fingers are through the hole on the tape. And I just pull the dowel with one hand and twirl it while I'm hanging on to the tape with the other hand at an angle. Yeah, I know. It seems like a lot of information for just tape. What can I tell you? Okay, so here's where I attach some moss. Now the moss that I got from Dollar Tree is it Dollar Tree? I think it was Dollar Tree. It was either there or Michael's. I went to both for this stuff. It's really, there's a lot. I mean, even though I pulled all this out, there's like, it looks like a full bag. So don't worry about using it. And the extra leaves from the branches that they were used for the plant itself, I'm using to hold the Spanish moss in the pot. That's either that or I use pics to keep it in, but I don't feel I needed it. These were enough around to kind of give it some semi-fullness. There it is. I think it came out. Awesome. I seriously hope that you enjoy your holidays, and I look forward to doing another Halloween one. And subscribe if you liked what you saw and want to see some more, and just give me a like if it was something that entertained you. Yeah, he's freaked.